Tales of Veldrith, created by Matty Taylor. Book 6, Eira's Reckoning.
Episode 56, The Cursed Forest.
The Veilwood looked like any other forest from a distance, dark trees rising high, their tops tangled into one endless roof. But when Eira, Brandr and Leona stepped inside, the air grew heavy. The birds stopped singing, and even the wind seemed afraid to enter. The path split and twisted in ways that made no sense. Sometimes they walked for only a few minutes before finding themselves back where they started. The trees themselves seemed to turn them around.
"We keep together,"
Eira said. She gripped the cord that tied her wrist to Leona's and Brandr's.
"If one of us is led astray, the others will feel it."
Leona nodded, pulling a pebble covered in blue oil from her pouch. She set it on the ground. It spun once, then stopped, pointing north.
If the forest tries to lie, this will tell us.
They moved carefully. After an hour, they reached a wide clearing ringed with knee-high stones. At the centre lay a circle of bare earth, flat and dark.
An old ward,
Leona said, crouching near one of the stones.
Step in the wrong place, and you won't come back out.
Eira pointed at faint footprints across the circle, leading to the far side.
"Someone came through here recently."
One at a time,
Leona warned. They crossed slowly, placing their boots where the prints had been. The air around the circle pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat. But nothing struck, and soon they were safe on the other side. The deeper they went, the stranger the forest became. Roots rose out of the ground like walls, and the smell of rot grew thicker. When they reached a shallow glade, a deer stepped out. At least, it had once been a deer. Its antlers looped back into its skull, its eyes were clouded grey, and black tar dripped from its mouth. The beast sprang at them. Eira cut it down with one hard swing, but the tar hissed where it touched her blade. Leona threw a vial that burst into sparks. The sparks clung to the tar until it burned away. Leona crouched beside the body, collecting a sample of the tar in a glass tube.
This isn't sickness, it's void taint. Kesh's anchors are leaking.
The ground began to hum faintly as they walked. Soon they found a square doorway set into the earth, barred by iron bands that hadn't rusted. Leona tested one with a strip of leather. The leather smoked at once.
Lay iron,
She said.
It's meant to hold magic in, or out.
She rigged a wire loop, poured a vial over it, and the hum dulled. Together, Eira and Brandr forced the door open. Inside was a small stone chamber. On a shelf sat a slate marked with jagged chalk letters. Anchor test, stable at low pull. Living subject, short-term calm, long-term ruin. Names fall away first. Beside it lay a rope tied to a ring in the floor, worn smooth by struggling hands. Eira clenched her fists.
"They're not just twisting ley lines. They're twisting people."
Leona found a thin sheet of lead, etched with careful words.
The Void Heart is not only a vessel, it is a mouth. It calls to the empty and teaches it to bite.
The hollow triskill was carved at the bottom. They pressed on. The forest grew thicker, and at last they came to a wooden frame hung with strips of cloth, each marked with the triskill and smeared with black resin. Beneath the frame lay 3 bodies under a tarp, 2 deer, and a boy no older than 16. Their mouths had been sealed with pitch. Leona whispered,
They're teaching the void to know names. That's why the fog at Merkfell spoke. It wasn't guessing, it knew.
Eira covered the boy again and set fire to the frame. The resin shrieked as it burned, but soon all that was left was ash. At last, they reached a mound of earth ringed with 12 standing stones. The ground hummed stronger here, a ley line node. In a shallow trough of water, a cage of wire held a bead of voidstone. Leona lifted it out with her tools. The hum steadied at once, and the water grew clear. Beneath the cage lay a thin strip of metal scratched with words.
Test 17, single anchor at node. Effect, slight. Living subject not present. Conclusion: amplify with heart, otherwise returns to normal.
At the bottom was a set of initials. TK. Eira's chest tightened.
Tharivor Kesh himself was here.
She tucked the strip away.
We have to get this back to Jorvik. They need to see it. The council needs to know what we're facing.
Leona nodded.
The Orindair will return. And when they do, they won't just leave notes.
The three of them retraced their steps, the cord still tying them together. The forest whispered Eira's name as they left, but this time she didn't look back.